time with your family. I'm really looking forward, I'm really excited to carry on reading our book today. I've been so tempted over the weekend to have a sneaky peek ahead, but I have resisted. So I'm going to read the next few chapters for us. So, chapter 31. I see the blue lights flashing through the darkness as we approach the Stargazer, and my heart flutters. Are the police here with news about Tammy? I hardly dare to hope, but still I pick up my pace as we cycle up the driveway. I'm already imagining throwing my arms around Tammy and telling her that I'm sorry about what I said and singing the Chicken Hop song together, and the ambulance car drives away from the Stargazer. As Iggy and I get near and it doesn't stop, the windows are blacked out, but I kind of knew. Dad is in the doorway of the pub. Before I can say anything, he growls, "Where have you been? I've been trying your phone for ages. It's your mam. She's..." He stops mid-sentence to take a few deep breaths. Gran appears in the doorway behind him. She puts one hand on his shoulder and says, "Come on, son," and they go on inside. Gran looks back at me and then at Iggy. Iggy gets the message. "I better go," he said. I hope your mum's okay." I don't really want him to go, but I can tell he wants to. "Text me," he says, and before I can protest, he's on his bike, pedalling away. I follow Dad and Gran inside. The pub has been more or less shut down since Tammy's disappearance. At least, as a pub. Instead, it has become the headquarters of the search operation. There are more of the posters inside the bar, piles of printed leaflets with my sister's face on them, and the Come Home Tammy banner hanging by one corner in the window. The pool table in the middle of the room is covered with posters and notepads and pizza boxes. There are empty paper cups and full bin bags, everything left behind, as day after day the village search turns up nothing, and determination and confidence give way to desperate hope, which in turn gives way to no hope at all. Auntie Anika, Mum's older sister, sits at a table dabbing her eyes with a tissue, while Uncle Jan holds out her other hand, jutting out his jaw. In the corner of the empty pub lounge is a little Christmas tree, a glittery fake one with coloured lights that have been switched off for days now. Beneath the tree are too many presents to count, big ones, small ones, and all of them wrapped with paper and ribbons. Every single label is addressed to Tamara or Tammy, all in different handwriting. They say things like, "Come home, Tammy, we miss you," from Hexham Swinjagons. "God bless you, Tammy," from Father Nick O'Neill. "Please come home," from your friends at Culvercott Primary. I feel a tightness in my throat. Dad is blinking hard as well. He sits down heavily, and I join him while Gran pads off in her huge trainers to fetch tea. Then he swallows and takes a deep breath. "Your mam, Ethan," he begins. "She's not at all very well. She was found on the top moor, barefoot and very confused. She's..." "Who found her?" I say. This is horrific. "Jack Natras was on his quad bike taking hay to his sheep. He brought her back here. She wasn't..." Dad pauses again, and I think he's going to cry, but instead he takes a sip of the tea that Gran has put down in front of him. Gran says, "Your mum has had a sort of breakdown, Ethan. Kind of mental exhaustion. It's the worry and the grief and, well, everything." Dad sighs again. "The police were here, Inspector Fodden and the other one. They said they were scaling back the search locally and that we should prepare ourselves for the worst news. Your mum took it very badly, and, well..." He stopped because there wasn't much more to say. The worst news. Gran says, "Your mum's been taken to a special hospital, St George's in Morpeth. They know how to look after her." "How long for?" I say. "We don't know for certain." She gives me a tight little smile. "A few days and should be okay to come home." "I tried to call your phone, son," says Dad, but more gently this time. "Where were you?" I look between Gran and Dad. He's a big bloke, my dad. In fact, I don't know anyone bigger or stronger, but right now he looks shrunken. His face is thinner and his hand trembles a little when he lifts his cup. There is no way at all that I can find the right words to tell Dad what happened this afternoon. Not right now, at any rate. "Sorry, Dad. Dead battery. I forgot to charge it." I get up and throw my arms around Dad, and he buries his face in my hair and hugs me hard, and allows a little sob to escape. He doesn't smell too good, actually, and his breath is bad, but I don't really mind. Later on, after Dad has gone to lie down, Gran points to the little Christmas tree and says, "Come on, Ethan, let's put these somewhere safe." And so me and Gran and Auntie Anika and silent Uncle Jan carefully pack all of the presents addressed to Tammy into 2 large cardboard boxes and put them in the store cupboard for safekeeping. We dismantle the little fake Christmas tree and put that away too, and move the lounge chairs back into a position until the room looks back to normal. I think it's the saddest job I've ever done in my life. And all the while there are 2 voices in my head. My own, which is yelling, "You have to tell someone," and that of a wheezy, hairy alien saying, "Or you'll never see your sister again." I look at the three adults. Auntie Anika, nope, too wobbly. Uncle Jam, he doesn't really do talking. I think I've only ever exchanged about 10 words with him in my life, and his English is not all that good. So that leaves Gran. My tiny, weather-beaten, track-suited Gran will soon learn all about it. Chapter 32. Gran, it's a couple of hours later and Gran and I are back in our little house behind the pub. Dad has gone back to the Stargazer for the evening shift, even though there are probably no customers. He put on a clean shirt, but he still looked awful. He ruffled my hair and told me that Mum would be alright. Auntie Anika and Uncle Jan are still in their room above the pub. Gran and I are on the sofa eating a donated shepherd's pie and watching TV, but not paying attention. When I say her name, she looks at me, head tipped on one side, eyebrows knitted together in concern. She has short white hair and one of those lean old faces that could belong to a man or woman, but behind her glasses, her bright brown eyes are full of kindness. Yes, Ethan Peck. I have gone through this in my head as a sort of rehearsal, but I can't get straight what I want to say. In the end, I decide there's no alternative to just saying it, however it comes up. Iggy and I met someone today. Someone who told us that, I dry up like an actor forgetting his lines in a play. What did she tell us, though? Did she tell us that Tammy was safe? No. Did she tell us what happened to Tammy? No. Did she tell us that she knew where Tammy was? No. I'm still dithering. Gran tips her head more, as if to say, go on. We met someone down by the water who mentioned Tammy. Okay, said Gran carefully. Who was this person? She keeps looking at me while she mutes the TV with the remote. She said her name was Helianne. This is not going well. I can tell that my voice is hesitant and unconvincing, although I've started now. Gran goes, a she? And she said we should say nothing or we wouldn't see Tammy again. Say nothing about what exactly? About meeting her. And she knew my name. What did this person look like? Oh no, she was kind of smallish and hairy, like all over, and naked. Gran's eyebrows shoot up, then descend slowly, but she doesn't say anything. Oh heck, this sounds ridiculous. I think I have no choice but to continue. And she had this stick that she stopped Iggy's leg bleeding with. He had a massive fish hook in it. Still ridiculous. And then she disappeared, vanished, when the big dog arrived, Sheba, you know, and said we had to say nothing or we'd never see Tammy again. Gran looks at me for the longest time, playing with the toggle on her tracksuit zip. Maybe she's working out whether to believe me or what to do. Eventually she opens her wiry arms and says, come here, Ethan. And I have no choice really but to shift over on the sofa into her embrace. She squeezes me with her muscly arms and says, oh, Ethan, you poor boy. Then I feel her chest shaking beneath me, and I realise she's crying. She strokes my hair, and I hear her swallow loudly and take a deep breath. She says again, you poor boy. It's true, Gran, honestly, I'm not lying, I say, and she hugs me even harder. I say nothing more. I get it. She doesn't believe me, but she feels sorry for me as well. As soon as I can, I disentangle myself from Gran and go up to my phone where I lie on my bed. My phone has dried out, but not everything is working properly. I can't make calls or play games, but I can send text messages. Chapter 33. Is your mum okay? Yeah, thanks. In hospital, with nervous exhaustion. Should be out in a few days. Thought you had no phone. I did. This is my tablet. Did you tell anyone? Dad upset because of Mam, so I told my Gran. She thought I was making it up and hugged me a lot because she thinks I'm going nuts. You? Same, but no hugs. Mum says I was bad to encourage you to have false hope and that I should stop making up lies because it's bad karma. Fat Stanley laughed till his moobs wobbled. Face it, Tate, we have no proof. But it happened, right? Yeah, death. There's a pause. I guess we're both wondering what could happen next. After a minute or two, Iggy comes back to me. So we go back tomorrow and find out more. It's only one word, 2 letters, but it seems to take ages to type, and even longer before I press send. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. So we now know that they've decided to tell family members about Helianne, the alien, but they don't believe them. So they're going back to meet Helianne again tomorrow, or the next day, in the book to find out. So we will find out tomorrow. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day and take care. Bye.